Hey guys, I thought that was a great team win, a great program win. Obviously, I have ultimate respect for Wisconsin. The way they do things, the way they play, they're so difficult to beat. But I thought our guys really, we had a great shoot around today. We had great practice the other day. The resiliency of this group just keeps showing. The connectiveness of this group just keeps coming through. After that tough loss at Ohio State, we really locked in. I thought we defended really well. And we got the game to be played at our pace, which we talked about being very, very important. This was a total team win. Everybody that contributed, the bench was fantastic. The huddles were phenomenal. I was letting these guys have their time in the huddle first, and what was said, I probably barely needed to say anything. But really proud of these guys. John Harrow was again tremendous. I thought Jamali Wheeler's impact on this game was something else, man. Just his leadership. And then you talk about MJ and Brock and everybody, guys. Everybody. It was really just a great win for our program, and we're getting better. And that's the focus. Like I said, it's a resilient group. We're starting to play more and more games, and I think we're seeing ourselves get better and better and better. And that's what we have to continue to focus on.
Thanks, Coach. Let's go to Justin, and then Mark Brennan, you're on deck.
Jim, you made it clear on what you think about John from a leadership standpoint, but in terms of his game, what are you seeing now that's just different from earlier this year or even in years past?
His confidence. He's always been a super unselfish kid. I think he just has great confidence now in everything he does, and he should. He's putting pressure on me. I got to start running plays for him. He's getting 17 points. He's shooting great. He just does anything that's needed for this team to win. And I think that was so true. You saw it tonight. It was the rebounds, or it was the layups, the decision not to take a layup. Like, come on, that's big time stuff. And he's just awesome. And he's a winner, and he's about winning.
Mark Brennan, let's come to you. Dave Melendra, you're on next for one question.
Jim, it's one thing to say you want to play at your pace against that team, but a lot of teams want to play their pace against that team and are unable to do it. How were you guys able to pull that off?
We play unselfishly. We play one way. I kind of felt that going in. I think I saw a stat. They were like 17-0 or 17-1 holding teams under 70. And then I was just looking at it. I was like, ooh, that's, we've only scored under 60. It was under 60. We've only scored under 60 once this year. Now, again, we're going to have to do it again Tuesday night. But I just think the way we play, and when these guys are locked in and we share the ball like this, we're a hard team to defend. For us, it's always about defending and rebounding, and we did that tonight. We really defended, and we kept them off the foul line, guys. They had 8 free throws. I think that was really important in our game plan when we're talking about it. And when we've done that, we've won games. But offensively, I think when we can get stops, we're a pretty dynamic offensive team when we play unselfishly.
Let's go next to Dave Melendra, and then Elton Hayes, you're on deck.
Hey, Coach, how would you say how your team was able to respond in the second half where you guys led the entire way after trailing in the first half?
Fantastic. I thought it was fantastic. I thought the way we responded from a tough loss at Ohio State, that was a game we could have beaten another ranked opponent on the road. We played well enough. We lost it. Devastating. But to see these guys come back the next 2 days of practice, just resilient, and we're just focusing on the present, focusing on getting better. And when they do that, they're going to give themselves a chance every game. And, but really proud. Wisconsin's a very difficult team to defend. They play at their pace. They grind you out. They're always moving. And I felt like the first half is always about trying to figure it out, get comfortable with it. The first 10 minutes are brutal because it's like, whoa, no one else plays this way. So you got to settle in. And you got to get used to playing the way they play. And I thought we did a great job in the second half of really locking in. We made some adjustments. Thought our post blitz were fantastic, so it protected us against foul trouble. And then offensively, I thought our guys just really played with great pace and really played unselfishly. MJ had a stretch. We got it going. Zay got it going a little bit. Johnny got it going. So we kind of spread it around a little bit. And I think that's a great team win.
Hey, Jim.
Let's come to you next, and then Tanny Moose, you're on deck.
All right. Hey, Jim. Last year, Isaiah Brockington was kind of referred to, quite a few times as an X factor. It was his first year, I believe, coming from St. Bonaventure. This year, he seems to be more vocal, more energetic on the court. What is his presence meant to this team this year?
Well, it's meant a lot. I mean, he's having a fantastic season. You got to remember, and he sat out a year. And I remember doing that. I don't even want to tell you how long ago when I had to sit out. But it takes you a little while to get in and get in that groove. And so now you're seeing the development of him year after year of just working and improving. And I said this early in the season. I don't know if there's many people out there that use this, pause during the COVID, I'm talking about in the spring and the summer, to really improve his game. And he carried it over. The guy's still in the gym every single day, so he deserves everything he gets. And he's been really good for us all year.
Tanny and Liz, let's come to you, and then Nate Bauer, you're on deck.
Hi, Coach. In what way did this game kind of feel like a culmination of a lot of stuff we've talked about all season? I mean, we've asked you plenty of times about defending the post and defending without fouling. And it seemed like you guys kind of improved a lot of that stuff in the past couple games. In this game, in both facets, you didn't foul very often. And like when you doubled in the post, that seemed to work out quite well for you guys.
Yeah, well, that's what we keep talking about, right? I think I sound like a broken record, but that's all I really focus on is getting better every day, and we're doing it. We're playing games. I was talking about that. We needed to play a lot more games. And I think we're starting to do that. So we're starting to get into a basketball rhythm. We did it in spurts against Ohio State too, but I think we fouled a little bit too much. If we would have had 2 less free throws, we probably would have won the Ohio State game. I thought our post blitzes in that game were fantastic as well. So, it's just practicing, staying present, and focusing on getting better. I know everybody thinks it's coaches speak, but it's really what you have to do. And in a league like this, you have to. Like, we still have a bunch of games left, and that's what we got to focus on, just getting better every single day. We're going to take off tomorrow. We're going to come in Monday, and we're going to work on getting better. Focus on ourselves, and obviously the quick turnaround with Wisconsin, so there won't be that much of a scouting changes. So just focus on ourselves and focus on getting better. But it's nice to see these guys, carry over the stuff that we're doing to games.
Nate Bauer, let's come to you. Corey Geiger, you'll be on deck.
Hey, Jim, just one more on kind of the pace of play and dictating that. Did you feel like you were able to do that from the jump, I guess, as opposed to, you guys struggled a little bit in the first 5 minutes at Ohio State? And was that a point of emphasis to kind of do that right from the outset?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And I thought we were. I thought we really – I thought it affected us at Ohio State. Again, we got to figure that out on the road. We're just not doing it. So I got to figure it's something I'm doing, I guess. Something we're doing. I got to figure it out. But we came out. We said we got to play our place, and I thought we were. Like, even though we'd missed some shots early, I was like, all right, we're fine. We're getting good shots. We're playing at a really fast, aggressive pace. But then it kind of flipped a little bit. They got to grind a little bit. They got it to their pace. But then ultimately, I felt like we did. And the kids understood what we were talking about on how we had to do it and how we had to play. And I thought the second half, we never stopped.
Corey Geiger, you're up next. Then we've got 2 more questions from Justin Morgenstein and Evan Patrick.
Jim, Brian Butch was on the telecast. He said, Penn State's the kind of team you never want to play. They just play so hard. What does that mean to you? Is that a compliment? I mean, we say it all the time. Fans, media say it all the time. Is it a compliment, or is it a backhanded compliment when people say Penn State's the kind of team nobody ever wants to play?
I mean, you got to take it as a compliment. If someone's talking about your team playing hard, I would expect nothing but, your teams, we have to play hard. But I didn't hear what he said or what contact he said, but I don't think he would mean it in a bad way at all. I mean, we were picked 13th. So do people think we're not very good? Well, I don't know, and I never pay attention to that stuff. But we're always going to play hard, and now we're playing hard and we're playing well. So, I mean, I guess you could say that about every team in this league, right? I mean, who wants to play anybody in this league? Everybody's so good. You think I really want to go on a road and play Wisconsin on Tuesday? Well, you got to, and then it's the next one. So it's, I'll take it as a compliment.
Justin Morgenstein, let's come to you. Evan Patrick, and then we're going to have 2 more, Tanny Moose and Mark Brennan, to finish up this session.
Jim, talk about Jamari a little bit. Just those small plays that he just makes throughout a game, getting that extra possession, that extra shot. What does that do, just not only in a game like this, but in a conference like this?
Well, he's unique, right? There's not many guys like him, and his impact on the game is that, he poked the ball in front of our bench, and I was worried, oh man, don't foul. And then meanwhile, I dribble behind, he pokes it out, gets a steal, we run the other way, and that ignites you. That stuff's contagious. And he understands what his role is in this program, and he's doing it without foul. He's flying all over the place, you know. And when he's doing that, he's commanding his team to do that as well, and everybody's buying in. You know, the stuff that John's doing, the stuff that Jamari's doing. Like I said, Jamari's impact on this game was phenomenal. Even when he's out of the game, when he had 2 fouls in the first half, he's up, he's talking, he's coaching. Like his leadership for this group over the past month and a half has really been tremendous. And I'm really happy, you know, when you see these guys, and you see seniors having success, it's really rewarding.
Evan, Patrick, let's come over to you, and then Tammy Moose and Mark Brennan. That'll end this session.
Jim, you and the guys have said all year how much you believe in yourselves, and you've said you're close to being an NCAA tournament team. You believe that you're a good team, and getting a win like this, how valuable is that in terms of kind of validating those feelings, and what does that do for morale moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, I don't need any validation. I know we're a good team. I know what we're doing. I've been doing this a long time. You know when you know what a good team is, and you know what a bad team is. This league's so hard that good teams lose games in this league, right? Good teams have losing streaks, and we don't focus on that noise. And everything's going to take care of itself. Like we just got to focus on getting better. And you know, you get better, you get wins, and then at the end of the year, we'll figure out who our matchup is in the Big Ten tournament, and you'll go from there. And then you figure out, you know, what's the next step and where you go from there. So I think we have great opportunity in front of us, and we'll talk about that. But we don't sit around talking about, you know, the NCAA this, NCAA that. Like, you know, we know we're a good team, and we got to just keep getting better so that we can be a really good team at the end of the year.
Tammy Moose, let's come to you, and then Mark Brennan, you'll be the final question.
Coach, you're in the unique situation where you're going to have to go back and play the same team again in a short span of time. How difficult is that to kind of switch things up going to the next game and make sure that your team is now just like not just coming in with the same game plan and not easy on the other coach from a scouting perspective?
Well, it's really difficult because they're a really good team, and you turn around, you're playing a really good team again. I think it's difficult for both teams. I would definitely rather go into it with a win than a loss, so I think that's positive of it. We'll take that approach, but it's not like we're going to approach it any differently. It's not like, you know, tomorrow morning I'm not going to get up and start the scouting report again. It's like, you know, so we're just going to approach it again. We obviously didn't play a perfect game. We didn't play a great game. We played a really good game. So there's things we can do better. Both teams, Greg is a great coach, if not one of the better coaches in this league. He's going to come out and make some adjustments. They got a really good team. They're an old team. So it's going to be a really challenging game for us. So we're just going to have to, you know, have a really good practice on Monday and get on that plane and put together a game plan to try to approach the next game.
Mark Brennan, you've got the last session before we bring in Isaiah Brockington and John Hara.
Thanks, Jim. What did you say to John and his teammates after that missed dunk? Because it looked like everybody was having some fun with it. And then for him to come back and have that ridiculous three-point play, I mean, have you ever seen anything like that play itself? Thank you.
I'm going to leave it in what we stayed amongst ourselves. You know what? You missed one of those in the other game too, didn't you? Northwestern game. So we just laughed, man. I mean, like, come on, man. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? And then, you know, we're really going to get him in practice, though. That's when he's really going to hear about it. But nothing surprised me with John, man. Like when he had that and one, they tried to take his head off, and he's just too strong. And he finished it, and it's just, you know, that's who Johnny is. So, and listen, we're supposed to be having fun, right? Like, we're playing basketball. This is what we want to do. So if we can't laugh at ourselves and enjoy, you know, and have fun, then we're not doing service to each other. So we do have fun out there. And I think you see it. I think you see why these guys are connected. We're flying around. We have fun. And I think that's what you're supposed to do.